Good Wednesday evening. This is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. I just wanted to do a quick update before everybody heads off to bed to talk about some potential severe in the morning and kind of what my eye is looking at. There's no model data that I'm really in love with. I was kind of looking for something to give you a good visual, and I'm just not in love with any of it. So I'm just going to use this radar and just go from there. What's being watched is this little cluster right here back over southern Iowa, southwestern Iowa, and that is getting its act together, starting to bow out, and it is going to track something like this. So the big questions are timing of this. How well does it get its act together? There's a piece of energy down here that's kind of pulling off to the south. Is that going to stay separated from the Iowa cluster, give it room to breathe, or are they going to merge into one and begin to pull the entire thing to the south? And then the other question is timing in the morning. The last couple of days we've had storm clusters hit the state line around 10 o'clock in the morning. By the time they're getting to about US 31, they're falling apart. And then, we don't really get affected by those. This cluster tonight over Iowa, let me go back to this one. It's this cluster right here. Has the potential, if things set up right overnight for it, to turn into a derecho. Those become multi-state clusters, and there'll be a line of just solid damaging winds. It has the potential to do that. Doesn't mean it's going to do that. So the question is, will it stay as just a storm cluster like what we've seen, 2 of the last 3 days, that will reach about mid-morning and then kind of lose the dynamics it needs and fall apart before it gets here? If it becomes more of a derecho, it can speed up, it can get here a little bit earlier and have a better chance of bringing us some damage. So what I'll tell you is this. Ton of questions with this about whether it even gets here, how well it organizes itself overnight. But somewhere, if you get a chance to check, you might check weather, check radars somewhere in the maybe 6 to 8 a.m. time frame, maybe even as early as 5 if it really gets itself together, because one of a couple of things is going to happen. Either it's going to stay a standard cluster, it's going to slow down a little bit, get here mid to late morning, then start falling apart, in which case we'll watch where that dies off and watch for afternoon and evening storms like what happened on Monday, or it'll organize itself better, maybe become a derecho and make it speed itself up, get here a little after daybreak, and have the potential to bring us some damaging winds, and that would be the main threat with that morning cluster. So again, what happens with the morning cluster is going to dictate what happens tomorrow afternoon and evening. So I just want to make sure you're aware that it's possible we could be watching some morning severe. I think it's still questionable, but of all the clusters, Monday and this morning, this one will have the best chance to make it all the way through. So we'll see what it does in the morning. It's still really just getting itself organized. Some dynamics are there, but some dynamics are missing. Timing is going to be key. So if anything develops in the overnight or in the morning, of course I will update you on it, or Byron will update you on it. But we'll make sure that you're aware either way. But know that you may need in the morning around, again, 6 to 8 a.m., maybe 5 to 8 a.m. to see what's going on with that storm cluster and what it's looking like. So that's all I got for you. This is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. Get some sleep tonight. We're not expecting severe overnight. It'll either be in the morning or potentially tomorrow afternoon and evening. If it makes it to tomorrow afternoon and evening, then our tornado chances increase. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, and I will update you, or Byron will update you. Thank you.